Now, I know that olives maybe are not very nutritionally viable, meaning that you don't really need them to survive. You don't really need olives. However, these are some of the things that you want to get now in case you like to have them. For example, my wife loves olives. I like them a little less than she does. I normally like them for cooking. She likes them to snack on. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what, the olive price has really gone up. These olives are probably about, I want to say about 60% pricier than what they used to be just 6 months ago. Life has changed. If you need the flexibility of rent to own. Hi everyone, welcome to the July garden tour. This month has been the perfect weather for gardening. The days have been in the 80s, the nights have been in the 60s. We really couldn't ask for better gardening weather. The heat wave's on the way. Shade cloud's going up tomorrow. It's supposed to be triple digits for the next several days. But I'm very happy with how the garden is filling in. I've really been working on getting a lot more vertical gardening space in my garden this year. So we did put these ladder trellises in last summer. We've got some beautiful scarlet runner beans just starting to crest the top of the trellis, and hopefully they'll grow all the way over to the other side. I did plant some more scarlet runner bean seeds here at the bottom, just to give me a better chance of everything meeting in the middle. If you've never grown scarlet runner beans, you really need to do it. They're super tasty beans. The pollinators absolutely love the flowers. Look at these beautiful red flowers in the scarlet runner beans. Don't have any beans on here yet, but it's a very ornamental and an absolutely delicious bean. Another thing I've been trying to do is plant the pollinators. We've got the black-eyed Susan here. These are from my Bring on the Pollinators warm-seeking flowers, and there have been so many bees in my garden this year. So that's always a good thing for the vegetables as well. Now I did plant some lettuce right down here in this little garden bed that camera guy made for me. If you've been watching my This Week in the Garden videos, you've kind of seen some of the projects I've been working on in the garden. So I've been loving the tree branches. This is just a little cute little fence made out of tree branches and this nice thick little trellis. And surprisingly enough, the lettuce is doing very well in the 80, 85-ish degree weather. We have seen a little bunny hopping around our garden, been nibbling on the lettuce, so I did have to plant some more. Maybe we'll see tonight on our garden tour, who knows. But this is the Bronze Mignette from the lettuce seed collection, and it is a heat-tolerant variety of lettuce, and look how well it's doing. But I will be covering this, and hopefully it'll last through this week. Besides early in the morning, golden hour in the evening is one of my very favorite times in the garden. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening right now, and it's so much fun just to come out in the garden, enjoy the cool evening air. The sunflowers, as you can see here, are growing in along the fence, cresting the top. I love the bright colors, and it looks especially beautiful when the sun sets. If you've been keeping an eye on my Instagram, I posted a lovely picture last night of the sunset here in the garden, and the sunflowers just absolutely scream summer. These are getting so tall. This one here has got to be, I'm thinking about 15 feet tall. And these are all from my sunflower seed collection. Sunflowers are one of my favorite flowers, and I planted them all along the fence here. You would not believe how many bees have been just buzzing around the sunflowers during the day. So if you're not seeing enough bees in your garden or your vegetables aren't being pollinated, plant lots and lots of flowers. Sunflowers are great for the pollinators, as are the black-eyed Susans, and I'll show you some more flowers along the way. Well, here on the second ladder mesh trellis, we have got some watermelon growing. These are a small compact variety of watermelon called Mini Love. It's an All-America Selection variety. And if you think you don't have space to grow watermelon, grow it on a trellis. This is just a little knee-high pantyhose that's supporting this watermelon so that it won't fall off the trellis. And this ladder mesh is found, you can find it at your local hardware store. You have to look in the contractor's department. A lot of people have said they're having a hard time finding it. Ask at the contractor's desk for ladder mesh. Super easy, inexpensive trellis, and a great way to add more space to your garden. Now I'm just starting to get tomatoes on my plants. I've got the Golden Jubilee, the Mark Globe tomato here from my tomato seed collection. Typically, the best time for harvesting tomatoes for me has been in September. Here in Southern California, we get warm weather well into the fall, usually in November. So we are dealing with a lot more shade in the garden beds this year. And I got my tomatoes in just a little bit late because I still had tons of cool weather vegetables in the garden beds, probably until about May. So you can see here the Margalo tomatoes are just starting to come on. This plant is actually getting pretty loaded down here. So not ripe yet, but hopefully within the next month or so, we'll be seeing some ripe tomatoes. You go up the plant, see a lot of little baby tomatoes just starting to come on. Now, one thing you definitely want to do with your tomatoes is give your tomato cages a little shake to help hand pollinate the tomato flowers. I don't see any yellow flowers on here at the moment, but tomato flowers, here's a, no, that's a watermelon flower. Tomato flowers have both male and female parts, so if you move them around and move the pollen around, it helps you grow more tomatoes. So I've been coming out to the garden doing that a couple of times a day, and I've definitely seen a difference. One thing I've really been enjoying in the garden this year is the wooden trellises. This is an 8-foot tall wooden tower, and I've got growing here some purple tomatillos, my very first time growing purple tomatillos, and also green tomatillo growing right next to it. This thing is growing like a weed. There's tons of flowers on it, and I don't have any little tomatillos developing just yet, so I'm really hoping to get a good batch of tomatillos. I've actually been checking it every day, very anxiously awaiting, and I keep seeing, that's actually a flower, I keep looking for them. They're not showing up yet, so I'm really hoping that the tomatillos come in. There it is, camera guy. He's going to be throwing these on the barbecue. We're going to make lots of fresh tasty salsa. So let me know if you have any good recipes. I would love to hear about it. I get a lot of questions about what tomatoes I'm growing. A brand new variety of tomatoes here is a Chef's Choice tomato. It's a green tomato. This particular variety is a green tomato. And super excited about this one. This plant is really getting loaded down, you guys. And I think it might be a little bit tricky to tell when this one is ripe. But a little clue here to tell when your tomatoes are ripe. You squeeze them and they give a little. That means they're ripe. These are still super hard, so even though it's a green tomato, I guess we're going to be doing a squeeze test to tell when this is ripe. If you've ever grown this variety, let me know how it tastes and what you like to do with it, and also what varieties you're growing in the garden. Now you can see how much vertical growing space these arches add to the garden. Here we have a large cherry tomato growing up one side, a couple cantaloupe plants growing up the other. They're eventually going to meet in the middle, and if I didn't have this vertical growing space, I'd be staking them up or sprawling them all over the ground, so it really does add a lot of growing space to your garden and a lot of visual interest too. So go back and watch the video, 6 crops to plant in August, where I show exactly how I put these ladder mesh trellises in. And also, speaking of six crops to grow in August, make sure you're growing those late summer vegetables. I just started a whole new wave of cucumbers, and I'll show you those. Now come on down here and let me show you some cucumbers that have really taken off. Before I show you the cucumber plants, I'm really loving growing cantaloupes this year. These are from my melon seed collection. Lots of little baby cantaloupes coming on. So this is going to be a ton of fun to harvest some fresh, tasty, juicy cantaloupes.
We see all you accomplished, even when you had to change how you get things done.
So I'm really excited to show this to you guys. If you watched the garden tour, I showed you how these cucumbers in here were really stunted, and I'm getting ready to pull them out. However, I'm testing out a brand new product by Vermicare called Vitality, and I watered these cucumbers with it. You guys.
Okay, oh, wait. Well, that fell. Oh, I know how to open it now. My hands are wet for a second. I'm about to dry. Dry. Okay. Now I just have to. I'm popping it open. Comment below what did y'all do if you have these. Oh my gosh, this hurts. Okay, I'm going to squeeze it. Kind of like a rainbow cone. squeeze it to open. Push my thumb down on there. Seriously. I opened. Wait, I think I can get the surprises from not even opening it. Wait. I'm gonna read her name again. See if I got it right. Well, I got Crystal. She has a diamond buddy. She is also an adorable one. And yes, and she has, well, they have different kinds of ones. Adorable, rare, super rare, and ow, that hurt. Magical. The secret one that doesn't show you right there, it is a magical right there. I'm gonna maybe zoom y'all back when I can find a way to open it. Wait. Wait, I got it. Okay. It's hard. Okay, I'm gonna maybe zoom y'all back when I can find how to open it. Okay. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you watch to part 2. Make sure you like and subscribe. Bye.